So why did I go with the Roadtrek Supercharger? Okay, so here, I'm not personally a huge fan of turbos for two reasons. One, we do racing with the cars. It's not just a street car, and the lag drives me nuts. And I know guys say that, well, you can get a turbo with no lag, and yes, that's true. It's either really small or really expensive or really complicated, and those things I'm just not a huge turbo guy, especially not on a small engine. Just my personal preference. I initially thought, of course, let's LS swap it. Let's put a V6 in it. I liked the idea of the Honda J series swaps. And then I stumbled on, we got an engine hoist scale, and I have here's an LS3 that we're building for a Corvette. And I started weighing the motors, and just the all aluminum LS by itself weighs more than the entire Miata drivetrain. And when you're racing, weight is just a huge detriment to handling and braking and everything else. You can overcome acceleration with just more power, but you can't do anything about braking and turning. So the Roadtrek system, the track dog layout added less than 50 pounds to the entire car. And I doubled the horsepower for less than 50 pounds. And the power to weight benefit of that is just kind of hard to beat. Dropping in an all aluminum V6 or anything else adds at least 100, 150 pounds to the total car, and it's a Miata. It's fun because it doesn't weigh anything. This Miata is fairly heavy as far as Miatas go. I still have the air conditioning, power steering, power windows, subwoofers, dynamat all over the place. It's a car that I wanted to be just the most fun thing in the world. So this is about as heavy as is conceivable to get, and it's 2,300 pounds. It's still a very light car. If it was a stripped out race car, you're probably closer to 2,000 pounds, and that power to weight is just phenomenal. So the second reason I went with the Roadtreks is I like a dead linear power curve. I don't like the whoosh of the turbo where you get nothing, 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 and then bang, it's all right there. Tons of fun playing around on the street, but in a race, I like the predictability of a linear power curve. And the Roadtrek so far has proven to be perfect for that. You get on it and it's very predictable. You know every time you get to 6,000 RPM you're going to have the same amount of power you had last time. So it feels like it's just a big naturally aspirated engine, which is what everyone says, and that's very true to how it feels. It doesn't surprise you. It's not like riding a two-stroke dirt bike or something where the power curve is, this little window you got to hit. So again, because of the type of racing we do with the road racing, the autocross time trials, not a drag strip car. Predictability is more important than max number. I want a consistent power curve so I can get the lap times down. Oh, the other reason I went with the Roadtreks is it's just different. Turbo Miatas have been done so many times. I wanted something that I could do in an elegant and beautiful way, and the track dog layout, I really liked that kit. I love the two pipes curling over the radiator and just how clean it looks. And I like the simplicity. If something goes wrong with the supercharger system, I can take the belt off and drive home. It's now a naturally aspirated car. I don't have to do anything else. It doesn't share the engine's oil or the engine's coolant. So there's that backup of reliability that you don't get with the turbo. So again, my personal preference, I'm not a huge turbo guy. I like the engineering of the supercharger. It just feels so much better. The only detriment is, yes, it's going to get worse fuel economy. It's not that great on fuel. And you can't build as much power as you could with a turbo. But again, I'm not going for top-end power. I'm going for consistent power.